Hi guys, it's Sterling from Yarcrypto, following up on an update from Mr. Groovy earlier today on our YouTube channel. I just wanted to get into these charts and show you a little bit about what I'm seeing. So currently, we are looking at the price of Bitcoin is $35,908 or $35,924 on the BTC USD chart on Bitstamp. Right now, I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, so let's turn on this Ichimoku cloud and see what's happening. In the last video, I showed you that we were still finding support on the bottom of this Ichimoku cloud, like so. And we have not fell down from this support. We did manage to wick down a few times, but we did get some price rejection, which is healthy for the price of Bitcoin. So right now, I could see that we did get some rejection right here on this 4-hour Ichimoku cloud on the top ribbon of it. So if you look at this green candle, the last green candle saw some rejection of this ribbon. So that's why we're seeing this new candle as a red one. And I will say that if you were looking at that 4-hour MACD, let me just pull up the MACD indicator. So you will see that we had some bearish divergence that has played out. And it was because basically we had lower highs on this MACD, but the price of Bitcoin was going up and making higher highs. So that eventually played out to basically push the price of Bitcoin down because it was showing you on the MACD that we didn't have enough buy pressure to keep us going at these levels. However, what I will say is that this 4-hour MACD is looking quite healthy at the moment. So this 4-hour MACD has had a bunch of white candles, and now it's starting to print and go into the green. And the ribbons on the MACD may also cross. So, like I said in the last video, what we want is a green Ichimoku cloud to start forming. And if we see right here, this 4-hour Ichimoku cloud is still starting to thin out, and if it continues to thin out and we were able to see a green cloud appear like so, then the price of Bitcoin will probably have likely already broken through this ribbon, managed to break out of this cloud, and then we would want to do a retest of the cloud, and once we bounce, that's where we would look for our long entry. So we don't know exactly what the price will be when we do look for that long entry above the Ichimoku cloud, because we need to currently see how the price reacts to this red cloud. And if we go back and look at the 1-week chart, something that is of concern still is the fact that the MACD is not showing any indication that it is bottoming out or the ribbons on the MACD will cross. And we've had 2 green candles print right here on the 1-week chart. So 2 green candles, and this last red candle right before that shows that we had massive price rejection in this area. So that is looking like it's currently the bottom of Bitcoin's price, and we may have actually seen the bottom already, guys. So right now we are finding support on the 1-week Ichimoku ribbon. So as you can see, this blue area is the Ichimoku cloud, and make sure if you're using the Ichimoku cloud that you have it set to the Ichimoku cloud settings. Right now I'm using an indicator that actually has the settings already by default. So you want to adjust your settings for the Ichimoku cloud because they are not set to they are set to timeframes that don't relate to crypto markets, because the crypto markets never close. They are 24/7, running all the time. And the default settings for the Ichimoku cloud are not set to that. They are set to opening closes of different markets around the world. So that's why you're going to want to change your settings. But if you do have the right settings for your Ichimoku cloud, we are sitting at the bottom of this ribbon on the 1-week time frame. And what we're going to need is to just see a bounce off this ribbon, and then that will show you on the 4-hour chart. If we do get that bounce, we might actually have managed to break out of the red cloud and do that retest of the green cloud, like I was saying. So that's the price of Bitcoin. That's the current status of what I'm seeing on these charts currently for Bitcoin. If we look at Ethereum on the Ethereum USD chart for Bitstamp, and like I said, I use Bitstamp because it shows you the most historical data on Bitcoin and Ethereum. It goes the farthest back in time, and you can see a lot of information from these charts. But if you are trading on a certain exchange, you should probably be using the chart that relates to your exchange or corresponds with your exchange. So if you're using Binance or if you're using Bybit, you should definitely be using those charts, not the Bitstamp chart. But if you want to just do some general TA on the price of Bitcoin, it's fine to use the Bitstamp chart because it's probably the more accurate one and shows you the most accurate information. So right now I'm looking at the price of Ethereum, which is $2,755, and we're looking a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin right now. because we have broken above the ribbon on the Ichimoku cloud. We have not actually broken above the actual cloud, but we have managed to break above the ribbon. So right now, if we do a retest of the ribbon and then we see a bounce off the ribbon like this, and then we break out to the upside, we might actually be seeing a green cloud forming in this area. And the cloud on the Ichimoku cloud for Ethereum is looking even healthier than Bitcoin because it's thinner on the red cloud. And if these lines cross and form a green cloud, like we were saying for Bitcoin, that will look really healthy. And what we will want is to look for our long entry right when we bounce off that green cloud and do a retest. So what I will say is that Ethereum is still looking a little bit more bullish, also because the actual MACD on the 4-hour chart is actually crossing into the green. We actually see a green candle, and the ribbons on the MACD have also crossed. And Mr. Groovy was pointing out a pattern, which was this symmetrical triangle pattern, which I could draw it from this wick right here, and you will manage to see the highs touch this top trend line 3 times. Once right here, once right here, and once right here. So this is the top line that you want if you're looking at that ascending triangle pattern that Mr. Groovy was talking about earlier today. And the bottom line would be something like this. Like so. So this would be a very bullish price pattern if we did manage to break out to the upside and do a retest of the top of this triangle. So if we did a retest of the top of that triangle and we were still in this cloud, but we managed to bounce, that will look very healthy and it will look very bullish. So one thing to keep your eye on is also that 1 week MACD for Ethereum, because that's something that's of concern. That's an area of concern because the 1 week MACD is actually crossing into the red. So we want to keep our eye on that. What I will say is that this 1 week chart is very important because we saw a massive red candle 3 weeks ago and a huge wick to the downside. So we might have actually found the bottom judging by this wick because we saw so much price rejection in that area. So if that's the bottom, you could consider longing once we break above this ribbon, or if we break above this ribbon on the 1 week chart, or if we break above the 4-hour red cloud on the 4-hour chart. So yeah, guys, that was just a quick update for you. Stay tuned to our channel for more market updates and technical analysis tutorials. And for now, keep watching those charts and best of luck on your trading. Until next time, we are Yarcrypto. Take care.